In the hours after a devastating tornado left Dawson Springs, the community spent countless hours searching for family and friends and picking up what was left.
1 year later, debris is still stuck in trees and concrete pads empty where homes once stood. But as Joe Bird reports, what was difficult for families may have been just as hard on first responders.
December 10th was a night like something we had never seen.
There's the new one just in, and it is right over Dawson Springs right now.
10:32 p.m. A tornado over a mile wide at times enters Dawson Springs.
Once daylight hit, sun up, that's when we realized that this is catastrophic. Like, this is something we've never seen before.
Nick Bailey is the Hopkins County EMA director and went into action searching for survivors after the tornado ravaged the county for 23 minutes.
The biggest thought was, you know, we've got all these people unaccounted for. How many more lives are going to continue to tick up on the death toll?
This tornado is the absolute worst thing I've ever seen and worst thing that I've dealt with.
Dawson Springs Police Chief Mike Opelek recalls the first radio dispatch after the tornado, a mother and her 3 kids trapped under a home.
There was down power poles and trees everywhere. I damaged my cruiser trying to get to that house, blew out one of the front tires. Every now and then that still lingers on in my mind that I never made it to that house.
He's come to know many people in his role, and it's those connections that the coroner needed from him.
That was pretty hard for me. That was pretty hard for me every day for the first 3 or 4 days when the county coroner would call me and say, I need you to come to the station, because I knew I had to identify somebody.
And one he couldn't face.
I asked the firefighters, I was like, is that? And they said yes, and I said, then I don't want to identify, because I was very close to that person.
Since that night, Chief Opelek has never taken a vacation and receives comfort from his wife.
She's the only person in the world that can tell me, stop, take it all out of your mind, and go to sleep. I leaned on her a lot after the tornado.
Nearly a year later, volunteers continue filtering in from across the country to help restore the small town of 2,400.
And I think when it's all said and done, it's going to take years, but I think when it's all said and done, this community is going to be better than what it was before.
That was Joe Bird reporting. Director Bailey said his memories of the tornadoes hit hardest when he thinks of those who didn't get to go home for Christmas. As for the mother and 3 kids trapped under their home, they were rescued and are safe.